Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello. Bienvenidos. Welcome to our mini theatrical. I'm Dan Guerrero, or as they call me, El Profe, which I love. I had a dog once named El Profe. Hi. Okay, Gaytino, performance and the power of one. What the hell is that, right? Gaytino is an autobiographical solo show that I've written and I perform all over the country, a couple times here at UCLA, with my story exploring the intersection of gay and Chicano Latino identity politics. Who knew? I had no idea when I wrote it. It's just what it turned out to be in academic circles. The objective of this 10-week course was to dig into that intersection through required texts, critical and research papers, blogging, all while working to discover and develop each student's inner voice and singular point of view, to ultimately release the power of one, that is one voice, in a 5-minute, give or take a minute or two, autobiographical solo piece to be read for you tonight. Everyone has a story, right? You all have a story. Well, that's why these young people signed up, because they had a story to tell. Now, some knew what they wanted to say right away. Some knew, but after a few classes, found that they had a more important story they wanted to share. Some had to dig deep within themselves to find their story. All were very supportive of each other during this very complex session, which was kind of like a twice-weekly shrink session, wasn't it? It was. I'm not kidding. And more expensive tuition here. Whoa. But we had a great time, right? We had a lot of laughs, a lot of emotions, and I'm very proud of every single one of you. And you're about to see why. The stories this evening run the gamut of themes and writing styles. Each is unique. Each is brave. Each will make you think. Each will touch you. Showtime. Our first victim story is from Lyanna Idalgo, and her story is titled My Growing Secret.
Somebody, touch me. Anybody, touch me. Fondle me. Touch my belly, damn it. Only skinny people complain that everybody touches their belly during pregnancy and it gives them the creeps. Ay, que delicadas. I wish somebody would touch me. Did I mention I'm 7 months pregnant? 7 months. I'm actually pregnant right now. It wasn't until I was 5 months that I decided to come out about my invisible pregnancy. Ironically, as a plus-size woman, it used to be the exact opposite. Oh, when are you due? They asked. I felt mortified whenever this happened. Sometimes I would actually play along. Yes, I'm 5 months pregnant, to save both of us the embarrassment. It was very hurtful. But now that I really am pregnant, nada. I finally decided to come out in one of my classes, and I was expecting so much love and support. My colleagues were so happy, but my geography professor looked at me with her nose wrinkled up like I smelled bad. Do you really think you can do everything you want to do and have a baby? Oh my God. I have been the epitome of a good student. I followed all the rules. I never got pregnant. I've been married 9 years, and I'm 30 now. I'm a señora already. I shouldn't have to choose between motherhood and academia. When that professor said that, it was a slap in the face. What do I say? How do I respond? Trágame tierra. Then I thought of one of my heroes, Dolores Huerta. If she could lead the farm workers movement and have 11 children, surely I can have just one and get a PhD. I looked at the professor calmly and gathered my strength. Yes, I can, but inside I was breaking. When you're a pregnant gordita, nobody knows, so nobody cares about you. No one gives a shit that it's 100 degrees outside and I'm waddling from one side of campus to another. Somebody, please, offer to refill my water bottle. I feel like I'm about to faint. God, I'm fucking starving, but I can't eat in class. Paloma is kicking my side. I'm fucking hungry, mommy, feed me. Be patient, mi amor. Class gets out in 50 minutes. Stop being so demanding. You are not the only one suffering here. Just the other day, I had been standing while 2 students comfortably sat down, waiting for a professor. I felt myself gradually getting angry until I finally blurted out, "I'm 6 months pregnant. Can I please sit down?" The 2 shocked students stood up and offered me their seat. If I was skinny and visibly pregnant, I would be offered that seat without asking. I want to shout at my 60 students. I'm creating life and teaching classes, taking classes, grading papers, writing a thesis, planning my dissertation, all while sustaining a healthy human being within my womb. And I still look cute. And you can't submit a weekly discussion post on time? It's week 7 and you don't know my name? It looks like you just rolled out of bed. All greñudos y no se bañaron, híjole. I looked down at my non-traditionally sized and shaped belly and recognized it as my most beautiful curve, my most brilliant accomplishment, because that curve represents my healthy, growing baby girl. Living a life of body positivity is a lifelong journey for a woman. Just when you think you have overcome your insecurities, life shows you that your work isn't finished yet. Come on, let's go, Paloma.
Hi everyone, my name is Juan Espinosa and the title of my piece is The Ethical Slut. Oh, sorry. Oh, hello handsome. 5'11", built, educated, successful, good looking. Oh, down for fun. Sorry buddy, not enough time for a quickie. I have to go to class. What? I can already think what you're imagining, right? How promiscuous. What a slut. Such a whore. STDs, HIV. Ew, gross. He's not even that cute anyway, right? But the truth of it all is that not just anyone can be a slut. You gotta have very thick skin, if you know what I'm talking about. It takes courage, a special, adventurous character, a desire to explore your sexuality, a unique kind of curiosity and freedom. Besides, who says I sleep with anything that moves anyway? It was a long journey until I became this comfortable in my own skin. And in my case, it took learning how to enjoy and respectfully share my body with a guy of my choosing. From experience, I have learned what works and what doesn't work for me. I do not mess around with closeted guys. Too many complications, they're full of drama, I do not have time for that. Guys with boyfriends or girlfriends. Too messy, I am not a homewrecker. But it wasn't until I felt the stigma gnawing at my sense of self that I became aware of this socially constructed curse. He's such a hoe. He sleeps with everybody. I heard that last quarter alone, he slept with 20 different people. Really? It was actually 18. Once again, I felt like an outcast, excluded, rejected by my own community. The truth is that I feel worthless. Why should my integrity be measured by the number of sexual partners I've had in life? Why do you care? Why the hate? Why the stigma? You see, this body, my body, this tiny yet powerful space in this world is mine. It is mine. Taking charge of my body and choosing who I want to share myself with, that's a decision that only concerns me and no one else. Even when it is for fun, to me sex is such an intimate connection that I honor such experience, but making sure the guy I'm with feels comfortable, appreciated, and loved. Allowing yourself to be fully vulnerable with another person is such a beautiful feeling that deserves respect. Now you must be thinking, this guy has a lot of sex. Well, yeah, I do. But let me repeat that again. That's a lot of safe sex. Here's my checklist. Gum, check. Condoms, check. Water-based lube, never use oil-based because I can break the condom. Check. Be safe, people. Get to know your body. Reclaim your body by taking control of your sexual health. Respect yourself and those who you share your body with. My value as a person is not defined by the number of sexual partners I choose to have. Stop the slut shaming in our community. Stop the hate. Stop the shame. And love yourself. Thank you.
Okay. I need a moment. My name's Angelica Becerra, and my piece is titled Zeus and Clarita. The first word I learned how to spell was Zeus, Z-E-U-S. My tia Sara was walking me home from school one day when I asked, "Tia, how do you spell Zeus?" Zeus. My first crush. He had glistening brown skin, jet black hair, and a killer smile. Mis tías could talk of nothing else when they sat in the living room for their long chisme sessions. Ay, la gordita ya tiene novio. Hasta aprendió a escribir su nombre, ¿tú crees? Ay, she's got a boyfriend already. She even learned how to write his name. 4 years have passed, and I'm carving 3 words on a wooden door. I'm being bad. Concentrating hard on my masterpiece. I step back, and I look at my artwork. Amo a Clarita. I love Clarita. Yes, it's a girl. Golden soft hair and blue eyes, fiery and funny. I'm infatuated and I feel lightheaded every time that we're together. Ay, pero ¿qué le hiciste a mi puerta, niña traviesa? I'm in so much trouble. This will definitely make it to my tia's chisme sessions now. But I'm frozen. My mom sat me down and she said, "Ya no puedes ir a la casa de Clarita. Nunca. I'm not allowed to see Clarita anymore. Ever." I don't understand why. Mis tías weren't excitedly gossiping about my crush this time. There was just silence. I thought I was doing the right thing. What could be wrong about expressing how much I love Clarita? She's my best friend. I don't understand, but I'm sad. If I cry, will I stop feeling so lost and so powerless? The next few months are full of shame. How can I look at Clarita in the eye at school? How do I explain to her that I can't see her after school? My heart is breaking. Months later, I'm forced to say goodbye to Clarita as my heart is still yearning for her. My mom has married a man from California, and we are leaving Jalisco for Tijuana, where we are going to cross to El Otro Lado a few days later. My border crossing was not my choice. My border crossing was filled with heartbreak. As we made our way to Los Angeles, the distance between Clarita and I kept growing and growing. Her smile now further than ever. Years later, as a college student, I grapple with my sexuality once again. I feel attracted to everybody, regardless of their gender presentation. I know what you're thinking, bisexual, right? But that would be easy. At this point, my crushes on Zeus and Clarita are basic algebra compared to the calculus that my sexual orientation is today. But no, a bisexual doesn't think outside of the gender binary. Eso no es para mí. What about the beautiful woman that I met at a coffee shop in Long Beach that time? I was attracted to her too. Her name was Elisa, and we hit it off right away. After talking for hours, she told me of her transition, how as a transgender woman, she had a lot of trouble meeting men who were accepting of her person. Elisa and I didn't get involved. She is still a friend. But my romantic and sexual attraction to her let me know that I was not bisexual, but something more. To me, sexuality was, is, and always will be an open-ended question. If sexuality is fluid, who says I have to stop questioning it? My sophomore year in college, I attended Sex Positive Week put on by the LGBT Center on campus. Too many pamphlets, too much information. ¿Dónde empiezo? Wait, pansexual? ¿Qué es eso? People who feel that they are attracted to people outside of the gender binary, or those who are attracted to one person, not the gender. Okay, entonces, pansexual is attraction towards people of all gender identities and biological sexes? This is the closest I've ever felt to identifying with anything. But if my life is so far any indication, I won't wait for a color in the rainbow to practice my sexuality freely. Today, I accept myself as someone who is still and will probably always be questioning. My current partner is another pansexual, a beautiful cisgender man who has had his fair share of crushes, just like me, on men, women, and well, the whole goddamn rainbow. Although we present as a heterosexual couple, we are two queer beings in a pod. Como dirían mis tías, caras vemos, corazones no sabemos. The Mexican version of don't judge a book by its cover. Soy pansexual y qué? Soy queer y qué? My power comes from being open to all the possibilities. Susan Clarita, where are you?
Hello everyone, my name is Natalia Ragan, and my piece is called New Vagina, New Me. Damn, am I gonna die? I'm too young for this. I can't breathe. Shit, no te mates tú sola. Get it together. I look at the business card over and over, hoping that if I concentrate long enough, the specialty will change. Amir Karam, MD, UCLA gynecologic oncologist. Oncologist? Oncology? Cancer? Chemo? Death? I can't. I need to leave. I don't want to know the biopsy results. I don't want to know the truth. I'm scared. I'm scared it'll be worse than feeling the cold plastic clamps forcing open my trembling lips. I fear it'll hurt more than the liquid nitrogen he's pressed onto my skin. I can't. HPV was one thing, but cervical cancer? It was just a year ago that I introduced Josue to my dad. The first time I ever brought a guy home. I should have left running when Dad said he was no good. Josue was the first and only guy I'd ever been with. I wasn't a slut. I hadn't slept around. Why did I get an STD? Overnight, I became unwanted, contagious, diseased, a foreigner in my own body, a body with a vagina I wanted to detach. Josue was not the guy I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. But what man could ever love me? Were kids out of the question? Was I destined to be forever alone? I grew angry and frustrated when Dr. Karam explained that the majority of sexually active people carry the HPV virus. They just simply fight it off or show no symptoms. Why hadn't I? I wanted to kill Josue. But deep down, I knew I couldn't blame him. The form of HPV he gave me attacks the cervix, an organ he doesn't even have. For the first time in my life, I felt the burden of being a woman, of having the wrong genitals at the wrong time. I'm looking at my new vagina through the little mirror Dr. Karam holds up at the foot of the chair. No hay nada. No scars, no blemishes, no trace that a surgery had taken place 6 months ago. I was at the right place at the right time with Dr. Karam. He's the leader in his field. I did mention he was a man, right? The most innovative surgical equipment, and my UCLA insurance almost covered it all. I grew up in Paramount, And if I was still living there on Medi-Cal insurance, I would have had invasive surgery, Frankenstein-looking scars, and a serious case of cortavenas. For the first time throughout this whole ordeal, I felt blessed. I wanted a spirit that matched the bright pink flesh reflected on Karam's little mirror. He gave me a new vagina that fed a desire to give myself a new life that matched. No longer damaged goods. Dating wasn't a matter of who would want me, but who could match me. What man would be worthy of my new resilient spirit? My life became filled with alegría the moment I began to see myself as a survivor. But sure enough, the universe made sure to test my newfound strength. Last month, I went in for my bi-yearly biopsies, and after 3 years of benign results, new malignancies emerged. No, don't worry, everything will be fine. Yes, at first I shed a tear or two. I felt the hurt resurface through the cracks left after the first surgery. But then I realized how far I'd come. I had cracked, yes, but I hadn't broken. This, Natalie, doesn't equate that diagnosis with death. I'm no longer wasting my time staring at a business card. I'm dialing the number and scheduling my next surgery. I'm courageously protecting the woman I fought to become. All they're really taking is tissue that doesn't belong to me. I'm not contagious, I'm not unwanted, and I'm not diseased. I'm valiente, loved, supported, and free. New vagina, new me.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Mendoza. My piece is My Second Chance. March 18th, 2014 was the date of my death sentence. I had not eaten in 3 days and had nothing but drugs in my system. March 18th consisted of 5 lines of coke, 10 shots of alcohol, 8 fat blunts, 2 pills of ecstasy, 1 pill of Molly, a tab of LSD, and 4 pills of prescribed downers. How the fuck did I not die? Death forgot to take me that day, and an angel gave me a second chance. I was trying to kill that last piece of me that I thought was good because I felt I did not deserve to live. Me, a female machista, did not deserve to live. Jonathan, get the fuck back here, man the fuck up, stop crying like a pussy, and deal with it. Yeah, those words spewed out of my mouth like word vomit. I was a mirror image of a man that claimed to be a loving father, the same loving father that slapped my mom with every ounce of his strength and said, well, she deserved it. She got out of line. After that, I felt worthy of a beating. I deserved it and accepted it. Because I learned that anyone that loves you will hurt you. So why not start now? I was 8 years old when I came to that conclusion. After that, I no longer was just a mirror image of this machista breeder. I became his reflection. I became an insidious, conniving bitch. For 12 years, I stood tall and proud, but I was totally empty and numb. I was a textbook definition of self-sabotage with drugs right by my side. But I am here, present, fucking alive, a transformed woman that is worthy of all the good that comes to me. There is a light in me worth saving. Me, an ex-prostitute, drug addict, slut. Yeah, damn straight I'm going to live. Because after March 18th, I got a serious wake-up call when I thought I was losing my mind. In a way, I'm totally grateful for my acid trip. It brought back memories that I wanted to forget. Memories of rape, physical abuse, but it also left me into the future with nothing but violence and me lying in my own vomit, an overdose. Then there were voices in my head, thanks to the acid, telling me, you're gonna die soon. You're losing it. No one will save you. As creepy as it was, these were the thoughts that popped into my head. But that night, the drugs made those thoughts real. No one will save me. The only person that can get me out of this black hole is me. I took a hard look in the mirror that night, looking into my hollow eyes, my mangy hair, and my powdered nose, and realized that as fucked up as I was, I had a family. I had a lover. I had a career and my education. No, only a coward would run away from it all. The last thing I wanted to be known for was a coward. Hell, even after my envisioned death, I was still trying to protect my shitty reputation. But that night, while everyone was getting drugged up downstairs in my living room, I had a heart-to-heart with myself. I looked past what I physically saw in the mirror, and I saw a little girl. It was me. I cried. I cried at how much I abused my body, how I let others disrespect me, and how distant I had become with my own family. Not anymore, Andrea, I cried. Please stop. Please get away. I grabbed my maroon lipstick and wrote on the mirror, I forgive myself. I am beautiful. That moment I decided, I am worthy of redemption. I am worthy of all the good that comes to me. I am beautiful. My needle scars? Yeah, those are beautiful too. I get to live. I am a big sister. I am a daughter. I am a friend, and I am free. I was my perfect savior. I was my angel. I saw my own light and decided to shine it bright for the rest of my world. I will live until the day I die. My second chance came to me because I chose it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Juan, or everyone knows me as Juanito. My piece is Mommy, the Mermaid, and Me. La novela! Nana's voice booms throughout the house. It must be 7 o'clock. We all run to the Blanco couch. The theme song is hypnotic. I'm 6 years old and I can't get that song out of my head. Marimar! ¡Au! ¡Cállese! I answer to Nana as usual. No voy a hablar. Marimar. Ow! Marimar is my favorite telenovela. It's about a mermaid who lives by the sea, who falls in love with a ranchero man. She's the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. Gold brown hair, eyes and lips are dazzling. I could not keep my eyes off of her. I'm glued to the TV and... Not the circus! Your eyes are going to cross. Well, that burst my bubble. But something keeps pulling towards her. It was her beauty. I want to be Marimar. The next day, I snuck into my parents' master bedroom, nervous and excited at the same time. My mother's makeup was out in the open. Lipstick, eyeliner, and the final touch, foundation. I felt beautiful. If I squinted my eyes, I was Marimar. I was her. ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué estás haciendo? My mother walked in on me. She's freaked. ¿Qué haces? I freeze her chancla voice. I can't move. I don't know why she's freaking out. I felt so nervous and scared at the same time. I closed my eyes hoping that she went away. No, but she's still there. I close them one more time. Oh, she's definitely there. Estoy hablando. Contéstame. She tells me I can't play with women's makeup, but I don't know why. My sister played with my mother's makeup, and she replied, Los niños no ponen makeup. But, Mami, ¿por qué? Why can't I put makeup on? Porque eres un chamaco, y los chamacos no ponen makeup. Well, I'm 21 now, but that day feels like it was yesterday. That day I learned that in a Mexican household, I could not express feminine traits, not as a boy then and nor as a young man today. It's sacrilegious taboo. Ever since that tarantado day, traumatic day, I've been policed by my mother and by society. What I do, what I wear, and how I speak. I know I'm supposed to be aggressive and tough and dominant. There are characteristics I'm supposed to inherit, all associated with masculinity. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I want to be flamboyant. I want to be glamorous and fresita. The opposite of that butch identity called machismo. Especially being a Chicano who happens to be gay and joto. I never could be that 6-year-old boy who didn't know the difference between masculinity and femininity. But I want to inherit that. I want to be that boy again who wants to feel beautiful. And you know what? I'll think I will be that boy again.